But when I was growing up, spent many happy times over here, a lot of happy memories. You know, this used to be my back garden. Yeah, dear friends. We used to wouldn't be in our rooms playing computer games or talking on social media. We'd all be over here on our bikes and going up and down the hills. We even used to bring a big old tractor tyre over here and get in a tractor tyre and go down the hill if you're brave enough to do it. But we used to do and play fighting on the hill. And like I say, dear friends, I know two of them. You know, Jonathan Crosby, Freddie Sweeten, like brothers. Lots of happy memories and laughs over here with them guys. And both lost to the unexpected when you least expected it. And when I say this is where me and Mike Bardwell were when we heard the big accident that I was sharing about over there on the crossroads. And that was Alaric's mother had been killed, and you know, people in the road and so forth. So, and the other thing, yeah, you know, I say with Alaric, he was part of Hope Church, this Christian community church. And Mr. Newbury and Mr. Lincoln, who really set me up, sold out an innocent man to the local wolf pack, you know, big police collaboration, Dr. Death and so forth. And coming around my house saying, you know, I was running a Charles Manson cult and calling me Fred West and Sutcliffe and all this sort of stuff, which none of it was true. Big monster lies, but yeah, Mr. Newbury, God bless her, Flo Lee, lovely little lady, gentle spirit, real dry sense of humour. You know, she was killed in a fatal accident on the 1066 just after I come out of Africa. And I say my reason for going, a genuine emergency. You know, when a killer spirit or a killer virus is on the move and God tells you to go urgently, then it's time to go. And not one single penny from anybody. And then more recently, the Roy Lincoln lawyer, you know, really sold me out. He was the leader of DC3. Well, his wife, not too long ago, got hit by a lorry, got put into Adam Brooks, nearly killed her. Brain damage. So how much is a loved one's life worth now? A lot of people now losing their loved ones to this killer virus. You know, people can accuse you of sex and money when there's not a single penny and no vice or affairs. You know, and all the things they accused me of in Africa that never happened. And, you know, when you go for a genuine reason because someone you love, danger is coming in their direction. Evil is manifesting on the horizon, genocide. And, you know, even more recently, a lady was hit by, of all things, a post office lorry in Dis. Well, with the post office past and present, Elliot, Baxter, Watkinson and Lloyd Long and all that in the past and in the present, with all their monster lies being delivered all around Dis and all the surrounding villages, well, you can take a big hit. You know, it was shared before in the film The Oxford Murders with John Hurt. Someone says something that starts a chain reaction, and then that ends up with murders and children being burnt alive, you know, on a minibus. And the same with Laurie over there. I told you about, like, Mr. Laurie and his brand new BMW and me and my Volvo 360 and him road raging me. And, you know, I had the young farmer, so at the time I was driving for Simon's Coaches. I mean, I lost my job there because of monster lies. Kingfisher Dairies is just over there through the trees. You know, I done milk rounds for 12 years, but I lost my job there because of monster lies. Graham Kingfisher full of it and his workforce, some of them in this fishing club. And all in with the young farmers, and Laurie was a young farmer too, and they were sending me shotgun cartridges. I mean, Mr. Laurie roared up to me, calling me everything under the sun over there. But no son of Sam here, no serial killer here, just full of serial killer lies. And the young farmers were sending me shotgun cartridges. And I used to come over here, I used to live at the end of Victoria Road, so I'd come over here with the dogs in the morning, you know, when I come in from work late at night. And this used to be my Mount Zion. Mr. Williams says, I sit and talk to God. This used to be, you know, I'd walk in the cool of the evening with the Lord, talking to my Heavenly Father, and I would sit here and talk to my Heavenly Father, talk to God about everything and anything, you know, and pray for situations. But this was my favourite place. This was the place I loved to come. we often see with Jesus, he withdrew to the mountains just to be alone with God, and this is where I just come from a quiet time. And when the big dis frame was rolling Africa and this and all the false accusations, my partner at the time, people would warn me, don't come over here. It was all around this. People would be waiting, with baseball bats and golf clubs for me on the common, but whenever you saw anyone over here. And that's how it's go. But all I'm saying, like a virus can start in Wuhan and spread around the world and be fatal to a lot of people, a black virus in a town, monster lies, can spread just like a cancer, just like a virus, and can kill you, can be fatal to you, will get you killed. And some people are doing it for that reason. They want to see me take a big hit, get disappeared, And I'm more than happy. I say if I'm in this, I'm surrounded by assassins, I can take a big hit anytime, anywhere. But I always how I move around. And when I disappear, as I say, down the footpaths and so forth, don't use a vehicle now, don't use a bike, travel light in the footpaths and so forth, but people will set you up for sport. People like their blood sport. They'll set you up as a Black Panther, Sandringham serial killer, paedophile, rapist, ripper, Clockwork Orange, Norwich train station rapist, which is all one big monster lie. But the people who are hunting you think that they're doing the world a big favour. And I say, you disappear in the back of a van and they would want their twisted fun first. That wouldn't be very slow and painful. So that's one thing you have to avoid. And to some people in high places, they do like their blood sport to set you up to be hunted. Even in people in this, setting you up to see, like Clockwork Orange, for you to be squeezed, squashed and crushed, to see if they can put you under so much pressure, they can break you. Well, God, through God's grace and by His Spirit, that won't be the case. The Lord is my strength. If not, it's even like with what's going on with that bishop in Australia, that pal. I mean, people are saying through all that he's been through, I'm not saying I don't know much about the case, but it's making big news in Australia at the moment. He's saying that he's innocent. He's just been found innocent by the highest court in Australia and acquitted. There's other people saying he's not innocent, but only he and God knows. But between me and God, God knows I'm innocent. I haven't committed a crime. Certainly not a serial killer, a paedophile or a rapist. And people were saying, I've never contemplated suicide, but people, push people on social media to suicide. Some people are so sinister and so full of evil. They'll choose their target, try and put them under as much pressure as they can to see if they can break that person, or if that person takes their own life. It's just another form. And you see in the Saw Trap films, when I didn't really watch all of them, but I did see one where a guy was in a basement and there was a revolver there. So he had a choice. He had to try and figure out the saw trap, or he could shoot himself. Well, when you find yourself in a hierarchy, council, police jigsaw trap, they can leave me a revolver, but I won't be shooting myself or committing suicide. And as I say, they used to, death threats turn the past. The hanging tree would be waiting for me. And if I am ever found hanging, or full of drugs, or at the bottom of a cliff, or disappear, well, you can know 100% there was never suicide. That was assisted suicide. Well, that wouldn't be suicide, that would be others putting a rope around my neck. And there you go. But anyhow, this used to be, still is, a certain place to go, even in the countryside on the coast. They just love you, just love being there. And you put you in a really good frame of mind, and it's a nice place to feed your spirit, open your heart to God, talk to your Heavenly Father, feel His presence, receive the grace and the strength that you need, just one day at a time, whatever you need for that given day, the grace. And that's always there. Whatever you need, you can just ask for and you will receive. Anyhow, God bless, keep safe, and we'll speak again soon. Bye.